Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome or welcome back. I'm EBINOTTI, and today we're doing the new moon readings. Okay, so new moon currently in Cancer. In the actual timeline of things, full moon Capricorn, which is the second full moon Capricorn, crossed us last night. So we're behind. We're lagging, bringing up the rear. And before you get triggered, my beautiful earth signs out there, because even though we don't read for the signs, we read for the elements. You know, a bunch of earth signs show up for this one. It's the only one they watch. That's fine. We're gonna smoke together for a reason. There's a reason to this, okay? And the hair is part of it. So before you go being all judgy, listen, this is just where we're at, okay? We need to get grounded, get into our safe space that is the body, and feel like we can take up space in the world. The earth element is such a beautiful element because it's the third dimension. There's just not a lot of room for imagination within the third dimension. You know, it's like, it is what it is. You don't smoke on camera. You don't smoke on camera. And I get it. Oh, baby, I get it. All of my elder friends, excuse me, all of the mother energies, all of the energies that understand the image of clean image, know why this is a bad idea. Okay, even my YouTubers out there that smoke and stuff, they don't smoke on camera. They won't share and commune with you in that way. And do you know why? It's the same reason that they don't let us commune with things like music, medicine, same thing. They don't want us connecting in that way. There's absolutely no way I'm going to pretend that I don't need a cigarette if I need a cigarette with you in this space. So to my beautiful earth signs out there that want to give me all the advice in the world right now, don't do it. We're going to do it. We got to do it. That's the part that says you got to do it. So new moon Cancer is all of the tradition, all of the mother, the family aspects of things. So it's the matriarchy within the family dynamic, and therefore we have things like parent-child issues coming up, other family dynamic issues coming up, because Cancer is a feminine element, being a water element, a feminine archetype, being a water element archetype. So, you know, there's room for strength and wisdom in all things. And that's why we got to be authentic and we got to be natural. Otherwise, we are not communing here in this space the way that we say we are. Okay, so there's a falsity and what's the difference between the face you put on at work and a fake one? Like a real fake one, like a two-faced person. We put on these roles because we have to, but then we hide the part of ourselves that is real and authentic and whole, and some of our favorite parts of ourselves, if we're being totally honest, because of these roles that we have in society, in our families, etc. So now there's something really beautiful coming through, and I can't wait to talk to you about it. Okay. Now, we're going to light our incense at the same time. We're going to smudge all up the space. We got the fan going. If you can hear that in the background, that's what that is. I do hate like white noise, background noises sometimes, and fans are typically one of them. But that's the reason, because we're going to be smoking up this space today. Reading for the earth element, okay? Now, the thing that I really want to talk about is things like smoking and other bad habits or taboo things that we do, but they're very genuinely ours, like smoking weed, having tattoos, things we did when we were younger that we don't share with young people now. You know what I mean? All of those things that we hide. There's something really beautiful for the feminines and the mothers to understand as we get into the older archetypes of the feminine, the mothers, the crones, etc. When we are authentic and we share the truth about ourselves, other people feel safe enough to be authentically themselves as well. So there's something to be said about, you know, a sophisticated, elegant, refined appearance. Being able to pull off that skill set to be able to, you know, run countries, boardrooms, households, and just be a responsible, you know, trustworthy human being out here. What does this have to do with anything? That's the key, right? Does this devalue you in some way? Does this make you feel ashamed in some way? So we're getting really fucking authentic about the things that bring us pleasure, the things that we are, the things that we do, and the things that we hide. Okay, because we're kind of late with the new moon, finishing up the new moon readings, the full moon has crossed us, and we already get to see some of the things coming in that people are hiding, suppressing, because with the full moon you get the illumination, the full spectrum, the full picture, the full illumination of things. Okay, so it's already out here for us to see, for those of us who are ready. Obviously, because we're lagging a little bit here, some of us are bringing up the rear, and that's totally fine. The timelines and the collective are allowed to take this stuff as quick or as slow as we need to. We set the pace. That's another big download coming in with the time and the energy and the commitments and things we have. We have to set the pace in our lives right now. This is time management when it comes to self-help and that, you know, understanding of psychology or the corporate world, or however you want to say, time management. Okay, we need to understand that our energy is not boundless, especially when we're slipping, or, you know, karmically it's just time for us to be beat up a little bit, you know, learn those lessons the hard way, as we like to do so well out here at the Collective of EBINOTTI. So shout out to you. We are reading the Earth element today, New Moon Capricorn, and this is just the best we got, you know, and the best we got is still worth a damn. And that's, we have worked so fucking hard to make sure that on our worst day, we've still got something to offer. Now tell me that's not the fucking truth of it. So when it comes down to it, you got to be real. You got to be real first. Okay, when we commune together in this space, especially this open space where anybody can come in with any intentions and look, we got to do it for real. So that's how I was called to do it. That's how the message is coming through for the collective. Okay, so new moon, Cancer. We only got one more after this, and then it's a wrap, and we get back into full moon Capricorn energy. And the reason I say back into it is because the last full moon was also Capricorn. They kind of double it up to get the Fuji calendar going. Have you ever looked into the calendar and how they made the calendar the way it is? Oh, Jesus. That's how you know it's a man's world, baby, is that kind of shit right there. Women just don't function like that, even when they go dark. It's not a comparison of who's better at being dark. Let's not go there, because the feminine is quite good at this. Cheers to you. We're just having some coffee. It's a beautiful day today. Not that it's like sunny and gorgeous weather or anything. It's just a beautiful day to be alive, isn't it? Let's see, what's the actual date? Oh shit, don't ask. I don't know. It's Monday. I know that. Somebody just mentioned that to me. I think it's July 21st. Which means we're crossing right into Leo season. So again, that's why the new moon readings at this point are lagging, because we're not even barely in that new moon Cancer or Cancer energy at all anymore. We're moving into Leo. So it's kind of interesting if you look at, if you know about the calendar system and stuff like that, and then our own internal system of time, when we're not ready for the next season that's coming. I'm up in northern BC, Canada, so we get all 4 seasons up here, and it's like, I felt that growing up in the 4 seasons, that natural time of seasonal change. It's just weird. Sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind. Now that I work with the elements the way that we work with the elements here, it's exactly how I do it. Now that I do it that way, I find that I'm so cohesive with the seasons and the environment, and there's so much magic and manifesting power and mystery to be explored when you go with the natural timeline of things. I think that's a big message. It's being authentic, going not with the flow, with your flow. You know, as a female, we got to flow. Going with your natural cycles. If you're ahead, if you're in the gen pop, if you're behind, it's like, go with that. Start there. Start with where the fuck you are. Start with what you are. Start with who you are, and build off of that. So that's a big step for a lot of us, especially the feminine energy right now. in the timeline that we are currently in. There's just a lot of realization coming forth. There's a lot of grounding into it. The earth element is about grounding into it and putting roots in. Do I want to grow in this fertile soil, or is this fucking bunky ass, I'm out of here, you know what I mean? This ain't my... So, there's a lot of moving, a lot of changing of the foundations right now, because you can't build if you understand what you're trying to build. You know what the foundation that you want requires. Big message coming through. These are download messages coming through for the collective, okay? So you know what is required. You are grounded in it, and it's time to lay roots, and for that you need the healthy environment for that foundation, okay? So there's a lot of moving and shaking. Moving and shaking kind of energy with the earth, and I like it. Because full moon Capricorn, we're riding that wave right now anyways. That is also earth element. So extra, there's a doubled up energy, a tripled up energy within the earth element right now. That means if you want to manifest something new, like money, health, physical strength, a physical home, like, an atmosphere, a location, an environment, any of the physical things, you've got like threefold energy on all that. Keep in mind, because we've talked about dark magic all through this moon cycle and going dark with it, keep in mind, if the light is tripled, the dark is, you know what I mean? Because the comeback on it comes back light and dark. Even if you only send out light, that doesn't mean you get to just half an equation. That's not how the universe, especially math, works. There's always balance in an equation, okay? So take it for what it is. Everything has a cost. That's why being very careful what we wish for. You can desire anything you want, but as soon as you start wishing for stuff outside of yourself, you're casting your energy out because you want something back. Okay, and so, something's coming back. Oh, yeah, something's coming back, all right. You just better hope that you know how to cast. And right now, under the kind of like structure of this environment that we're in, the third dimension, there's just so much perversion and distortion in that magic realm, especially the types of magic that they tried to program into us. If you think back on the movies and stuff and music you were raised with, it was like there was certain programming in there. And if you know it, you know it. The Satanism, the witchcraft, the sexuality, the distortion, okay? I'm breaking it down today. Not too much, though, because this is Earth. And Earth doesn't get down with all the philosophy and all. Because Earth, it knows it in the cells of the physical body. The earth doesn't have to have it all written and equated so they can write it down. That's other signs' business. Okay, earth is knowing in the physical body. So you need to get into the centers of the physical body. We've talked about the chakra system being a good way to break down the different parts that you can focus on, get some knowledge on, and get in there and work with. We need that alignment right now. We need to be grounded in the body. So look no further than the body to tell you exactly where you're fucking up with your energy, anything around you that you're desiring or wanting to put action and energy and activate in that space. The body will tell you exactly where you're at based on what you're desiring. So you can stop all movement by stopping desire. You could just be like, I empty myself of desire. You know what I mean? And just empty yourself of desire. Because if you're all fucked up in here, that's a great way to just be like, let's let the body do all of the parts here. Ooh, the wind just came in. If you hear all kinds of noises and stuff in the background, babe is about to walk back in. But I heard the wind and then the truck and then something got knocked over in my kitchen. So might be all kinds of noises today. It's life. We're lifing. Okay, now that our smoke is done, let's get into the cards. We'll see what else comes up for downloads, but we're just gonna bang this one right out. Okay? Okay. Earth element, new moon Cancer, lingering, full moon Capricorn energy, all surrounding this moon. And this season, like all of Cancer season, was surrounded by full moon Capricorn energy. So the family dynamic is really going through it right now. That's why. It's an opportunity, okay, to elevate yourself, your family, your bloodline, all of that stuff. But because of the power available, of course, the dark's going to come in there and try and taint it all up. We have a very parasitic type of energy in this dimension with us. You noticed? Have you noticed? Good. Now you can call that evil. You can put that specifically on satanic energy, but evil is evil is evil. Parasitic energy is parasitic energy, period. Okay, so it comes out in a lot of different people, in a lot of different ways. This is the physical realm, right? So you have to come into the physical to fuck with the physical. And that's just what it is. And that's how it you know, gets all in there. Cheers to you if you're smoking some type of herb. Windy. It is windy, and that's funny because the last element after this is air. Excuse me, that's the last element that we have to do for this moon cycle before we wrap. It's air. Okay, oracle decks. Let's pick all the decks we use. My entire collection is listed and linked down below if you're interested, in the description box. If anything is ever missing from the description box, leave it in the comments and I will update that, okay? The Crystal Oracle. We are starting with the Crystal Oracle. Yes, indeed. And then the goddesses. You already know if you know. The Goddess Oracle next. The wind is like singing. These are noises you don't normally hear here. I don't normally hear here. Anywho. Okay, we're going to start with the crystals. But like I said, there's going to be unexpected noises, excuse me, in the background. Be prepared. I wasn't prepared to hear unexpected noises because for me, they were expected. Now there's all these unexpected noises and I'm like, okay. Okay then. Okay, earth element. New moon Cancer. Let's see what's going on. What do we need to know about the earth element and how we're working with the 3D realm? That's everything. The physical body, the home, money. Ooh, one of the fun ones. Money has got to be the fun one. If money's not fun right now, focus on something else. Because the energy with money right now is fun. Get it, okay? It's a fresh energy in the money realms right now. We're all out here. Demons and all. We're excited. Ooh, we're all out here right now just waiting to see what's going to happen with money next because we're ready. We've been fucking ready. We've been ready to jump on that next investment, take down Silicon Valley, whatever it is. We're fucking ready. So it's a very exciting time. All of a sudden the earth element just got stuck in the mental space and I'm like, ow. Ow. Can't have headaches waiting for it. It's supposed to be fun. I said fun. Not perversion, fun, actual fun. It's supposed to be the good stuff. The higher self with selenite. I always have selenite close when we're reading. Just know this. You see that? Bam. That's how that goes. Selenite. You feel the buzz going on there? Okay. So selenite's a beautiful purifying crystal. I highly recommend it. It's one of the only crystals you can't fuck with water though. So no balance of water in that energy, okay? It is what it is, and it doesn't mix well. Maybe that's how you're feeling right now. Doesn't mix well with others. I just heard it. I just wanted to laugh because I'm like, bitch, I totally get it. Like, I'm so love and light, but only when I keep my space, my atmosphere, the earth element, right? When I keep myself grounded and stuff like that. And as soon as I get into some spaces right now, I can't stay grounded. It's like I'm all in, I don't know, the other elements, right? So staying in that space right now. Storm just like really I know this card so well. All these cards, and it's always the same ones. Literally fluorite on the bottom. Like, do you want to see what I mean? Because if you know, you've seen them. I don't even have to tell you. Oops, that goes like that. Look at the colors. All mixing and mashing and looking like they're all one. Okay, so we got the 2, and then on the bottom fluorite. So I guess we'll start there. Discipline. Where's my fluorite? It's somewhere. She's around. I got a little tiny one that I love so much. I always keep it around. It's so cute. My little towers, I call them. Okay, fluorite with self-discipline. do you think anyone is more disciplined than Earth when it comes to the energy? It just is what it is. It's black and it's white. It's simple mathematics. It's the practical nature of something. So this can be distorted and interfered upon, like we've seen, but eventually it gets back into its rightness. That's some righteous fucking energy coming off that with the self-discipline. So I don't know. All kinds of practices and things have been coming up that are surrounding this, like healthy things, routines, all kinds of structures that we're putting into our life right now to activate this energy. And fluorite is a really spiritual stone. We talk a lot about the upper chakras and the dimensions when we talk fluorite, so I really like it. It's such a beautiful and pricey stone too. It comes in such a wide variety of colors, but worth having a little look-see if you're interested in such things. We're just gonna plop that right on top. Okay, so Sodalite was with Journey is our actual card, but then Storm was just like peeking, like, meh, let me get all up in there. And when it comes to the earth energy, not just the element, the earth energy, that's natural. Storms and shit like that, that is a natural part of the weather system, and the breath, you know, the lungs and the breath and the heat and the sweat and the system body that is the earth. The storms happen, baby, but so do the journeys. You know, every storm comes from some kind of a journey of some kind of an element mixing, getting heated or cooled, or just like us. So getting really in tune with the earth in a big way here. And that's kind of what I mean about the seasons. We read for the moon cycles, full moons and new moons, and we read them elementally because that's what the feminine is. The pentagram in the circle, the pentacle, that's feminine. That's the description of feminine. And Vitruvian Man, Da Vinci's whole shebang-a-dang, all that mathematics, Fibonacci sequence, comes from the natural order of things, and breaking that down creatively has always been a feminine thing. Wielding those magics, like if I had to guess, I would say the first one to wield magic in that way in the physical dimension was a feminine. Maybe that's what the birthing was. The first time was bringing all the elements together. Weird. Anyways, journeys, we're all on them. You've got research journeys, mental journeys, emotional journeys. When it comes to the physical journey, we're talking health and money. That's what the home is. It would suck to have all the money and not have the health. So that's why health always gets put first when we talk earth, because you gotta be in balance with what you're consuming in your body and then your body in your environment. Those are the two balances that matter, and it matters more how you're feeling about it and blending and collaborating in those spaces than it does what somebody tells you you're supposed to do. And we often tell ourselves what we're supposed to be doing. But life is a journey, not an equation. The equation only comes in hindsight or at the end, the completion. Okay, fun. Okay, we'll leave that right like that. Sodalite. I got some sodalite around here somewhere. I just don't know where. It's on the other altar, I think. Which is right beside us, literally within arm's reach, and I ain't grabbing it. As the goddess cards just go flying. Okay, let's get our next oracle cards out here before we get into our tarot spread. Let's see here. Earth element. New moon Cancer. Hair's all up in my face right now. Oh yeah. This is just all the earth energy today. All the earth energy today. So there's a lot of, that's too many, we'll just keep going. I get it. It might have just been two, but that's fine. They'll come back out if those are the ones. There's a lot of perfectionism that comes in the imbalance of earth as an element. So it's important to understand what perfectionism looks like in nature. If you really want to get into, you know, like I'm a Pisces, so my polarity is Virgo, so I understand this energy of Virgo being the perfectionist in the zodiac really well. It's like, there's something really beautiful that is based in. But when it's out of balance and stuff like that, it's like, it's whack. It's way whack. It's like your thoughts of what perfectionism are sometimes are not based on reality. They're based on something, but it's not the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help you God. Do you know what I mean? So being a little graceful here, that's what the feminine energy does, is it really does understand all the way through. And when it doesn't, it gives grace anyways in its ignorance. And damn, I knew. Look at we have had Minerva with her beliefs out here a few times, and now she's coming off real uptight like. But that's fine, because we need to hear the message sometimes. You see all the armor she's got on? That armor can really hinder us if it is not war times. If you're between battles, you don't keep sweaty, soggy, bloody fucking armor on just because the next battle's coming in a fortnight. Fortnight's more than enough time to take that shit off, give it a fucking scrub down, bleach it, hang it out in the sun to dry, baby. 2 weeks, more than enough time. You can do it a couple times. So definitely know the timeline you're in. Watch the beliefs when it comes to, you know, the storms and the journeys that we're on. Watch the belief system when it comes to this, okay? Because we don't want to be not just looking crazy. We don't want to be getting all kinds of rashes and all kinds of sticky parasitic shit because we're too uptight. The feminine knows how to breathe through the greatest battle, bringing life into this world. The feminine knows how to breathe and relax when they are experiencing the utmost of pain and fear and unknowns. Okay, like no matter who's there to support it, when you're going to give birth, you're going to do this alone because you can't see anything, you can feel everything. You know what I mean? Even if you want to numb that shit out, it doesn't matter. The signals will be sent regardless, okay? There's like, I like how we all think that man is way ahead of creation, right? And it's like not even fucking close. Half of us don't even know the truth about creation, let alone being ahead of the curve. Bunch of mad fucking wacky ass scientists out here acting like they know stuff. No, they don't. Okay, so being very, very careful with, not getting rooted into fears, you know, because the feminine, when it is in healthy alignment, knows exactly when it's time to activate because they can sense the storms coming. But to be able to clearly sense things, we need to be aligned and clear and in balance within the feminine, okay? Fucking Minerva. Love it. One of the most powerful energies to have when it's time to activate warrior energy as a feminine. Very capable. We all know that. We've tested the theories now. Women got equality. We tested the theories. We learned that there are feminine males and females. Sometimes it's like you're going to want a strong woman instead of that little sissy man. Fair enough. Everybody's got a place. Everybody's got space. That's what this is about, creating the spaces. But you can't be lying to yourself like, oh, there's a storm and fearful and blah, blah, blah. Because the feminines, the females are extremely powerful. And if they're perpetuating fear, then that's going to go out to the babies and go down into the land, you know? Like, we don't want that. We don't want that. Woo! On the bottom of the deck, we have Rhiannon. It's doubt. Look at the maiden energy here, and that's the key. You got wild horses, right? Like in all the beautiful, hopeful elements of air with the birds and stuff that they chose here. Okay, so you've got all of this momentum and all of this understanding and all of this clarity, but as soon as something like doubt slips into this kind of energy goes dark. And when this energy goes dark, coming off the mothers to the maidens, you know, you got to go back up through that energy to clean that up. So whether you're doing maiden energy or mother energy, we can find some real clarity here in just kind of like stepping up through what happened here. There was just some fearful energy that got, you know, pushed through. So whether you're going and having conversations with your teenage Rhiannon self in its maiden stage, or you're having real physical conversations with the youth out here because you're in the mother phase of things. Doubt, think of the most innocent, sweet, feminine teenage energy you can think of. That's who you're talking to. Okay, so the beliefs and stuff, sometimes we need to remind ourselves of that. How strong we told the youth to be, because we've been there and we know that. And we don't need to get caught up in some, it's only war out here. Okay, because hell no. Hell no. Hell no. With the earth element right now, the way Venus and all that, I'm not an astrologer. The way that Venus is feeling all up in the cosmos right now is, this is a time for pleasure and joy and kind of like a reset on our masculine energy as females out here. So that balance, masculine, feminine within us, is getting a reset, because there's no need for fear and doubt right now when knowledge and sacred knowledge and power are out here available. Even for the new to the game, you know what I mean? It's just an energy that we're under, and that's how she feels. Cheers to you. Okay, and with that, we have picked our tarot deck. This is the Zen Tarot. He's a favorite right now. He's a he for sure, no doubt about it. This has got that masculine energy. True art. All decks and cards that you're called to as a fellow reader, that art is for a reason. I'm a huge advocate of art. It's something I'm very focused on right now. In the world of the third dimension, art is one of the most incredible things the human being can do. That's what I believe. Okay, so we're going to use the Zen Tarot today. A little bit of a darker aspect to this deck, too. The more that we read with it on the channel, the more that is evident. So I know the collective's really going through it and facing down some of those big, life moments. It's like, this is the big stuff, and we're going through it together. So be it. We will not shy away from it. We won't hide. Okay, there's this energy of we won't hide. When we come together, we're not going to hide from it. We're going to do this. We're going to do this work. We're going to face this together now. Interesting energy and messages coming through for Earth element today. New Moon Cancer. A little sticky on the shuffle there. A little sticky on the shuffle. We're a little janky. If the hair wasn't like totally giving that away. We're a little janky, and that's okay. It's okay. Doesn't devalue us. It doesn't demean us. You know what I mean? It doesn't change the beauty in the mirror. It doesn't change the intelligence, intellect in the mirror. The reflections right now are feeling really clean. As I say that, it's like, hear some growling. Oh, yeah? Definitely not playing with demons right now. No siree, Bob. That being said, though, we love to talk cinema, stories, movies, TV, books. The understanding of the darker realms, demons, parasites, monsters, very much so on the table as I just get wicked energy coming through the temple here. So when it comes to understanding all of what, our journey is, that's understanding all of it. So sometimes it's great to go back and look at things that maybe your teenage self was really into. Like, man, the horror genre for me was literally life for so long. And then I never watched another horror movie again in like my maiden to mother transition, I would say, like my late 20s. And because this card fucking haunts me, and there she is coming up on the bottom, Sheila Nagig. So what is she opening? Yes, it is the harshest card in this deck. I remember the first time that I worked with this deck and she came up and she haunted me for weeks. Man, I ran from this energy. Ooh, I ran from this energy, but The crone energy getting really dark is something that we as a collective need to face, because the maiden energy, that aspect within the feminine, is suffering so hard from it. Okay, there's like this, look at how the wild horses are coming like straight into this energy and just getting smashed with dark. Like, tell me that's not dark witch energy. Okay, coming from the moon and stuff like that with the timelines and everything we're about to learn. So I'm not a big fan of that card or her coming up, but underneath, look who we have. We've also seen these cycles coming up for us before. This ecstasy, this beautiful energy of dancing with the wind. So we are not afraid. We are going to go back and process the dark. So that's why I bring up horror movies and all that kind of stuff. Nothing is really popping up for me except for like As Above, So Below, which I've been talking about for a while, on and off. And I've been watching it for so many months, it kind of feels like it's on the way out, but that might be something to process if you haven't yet. If that card was super triggering for you, like it was, you know, the first time that I felt forced even to work with that energy, it was just like, oh my God, it was visceral, okay? So if you're feeling that, just know it's a process that you're going through in the aspects of the feminine. And I believe that it is a natural part of the journey of the divine feminine energy throughout the cosmos. The dark feminine, we got to face it. You know, we got to face it, that evil out here doesn't have a gender or a culture or anything like that. It is for us all. This is like so many cards on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it 5? It is. I only take it if it's 5 or less, and we got 5. So let's see what we got here. We got a full spread. 4 of Wands or 4 of Fire coming up as participation. We saw that card in almost every single reading so far with this deck. Major Arcana 21, the World card coming up as completion. Look at that beautiful energy of finishing the puzzle. Big round Buddha face there. I like it. Simple Joys. Ooh, card number 13 in the Major Arcana. It's going to be our central energy. The Death card coming up very clearly as transformation. Nothing about that feels terrifying. That feels like the natural, most powerful magic in the universe that nobody can escape. Nobody. Card number 4 coming up as the 6 of Water, the Dream. We are the dreamers of dreams. I love it so much. We are the music makers. EBINOTTI has had a slogan for a very long time. We don't dream at night. We dream all day. We dream for a living. And that's what this is about. The 6 of Cups is understanding where we were raised, where we were born, what we come from. That's the nostalgia they talk about when they talk the 6 of Cups. It's like, you know, getting a taste or an understanding or growth from that. You know, here it's coming up as like a conversation, communication from the other side, like that. And the 5th card out, more water, the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Water coming up as laziness, and like, I don't know, man, he's got a vibe. That's like, you can crack a beer and light up a spliff or whatever you want to do around that energy, and that's beautiful. So let me just have a look-see at the whole. Soon I'm going to have a camera looking down at the deck the way I do, so you guys can see all that. I'm very excited to upgrade in that way, but for now, just give me one hot second while I look at the space. And everything's coming out in 2s, right? Like we got the 4 of Fire to start us off, and then we got 2 Major Arcana and 2 Water. So I'm liking the feeling of all of that balance. Transformation, that's where we're going to start with our central and most important energy, our center card, the Death card. So the thing about the 3D and the Earth energy is it's no bullshit. It can get really fearful and stuff like that, especially from the feminine aspect, but you know, the amount of power and all that, it doesn't really make a difference. The alignment that can come here by the acceptance of our mortality or the truth or facing the facts. I just heard, sure. You know, there's a lot more power in acceptance and surrender to what you cannot control than there is in resisting it and thinking that, you know, you've got it all out here to control. Absolutely not. So dreaming the good dream, it's something that comes from the past for you. If you're feeling lazy or like you're not doing enough right now, that you're not producing enough, just know that there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes within your spirit and your emotional body so that you do have the energy to, you know, be healthy and have a good home space, environment to live in and rest in and be safe in and recover in and all that stuff so that you can make the money. So you can have the life you want, the power you want, the lifestyle, the security that you want, all those good things. You can eat better, live better, sleep better, feel better, I just heard. Hell yes. He's lounging with his slippers and his fucking caftan, big moo-moo. I love it. There's some distortion around him too. If you take a big close look at all that energy off to the side of him, it's like broken mirrors and stuff. I'm just saying. Okay. We still need our 5 clarifiers, but we have our full 5 card spread. So just to take it back to the beginning, the first message that we get for the Earth element, New Moon Cancer, is 4 of Wands, which is not just participation, it's the completion of something we participated in. Okay, and that's why we get the World card right after it, because this is something we committed to, we put the work into, and now we get to celebrate, and now we get to enjoy the accomplishment, the completion, and all the things that come from that hard work. So there is time for the death and birth process, whichever way this is going for you, something ending or something beginning, but you know, this is all the good stuff. This is what you work 4 years to get that degree for, you know, that kind of energy. Cheers and congratulations to you. Okay. Let's see what else we get. Nice. Clearing deep breath. Excuse me. Okay, I'm working with all the herbs and stuff right now. I don't know if you're into herbs, herbal remedies, medicines, and all that good stuff, but when it came to focusing on and improving the diet, the simplest thing to do was eat anything you want as long as you can make it yourself. And that led to a long, long journey of understanding nutrition, the food we eat, how it's made, what's real, what's not real. Lots to be learned and had there. So we're on our journeys, as we saw with Sodalite. Health journeys, nutritional journeys, all the journeys. We are building, growing, weathering the storms, learning as we go. Woo-wee. First clarifier out, Major Arcana number 15, the Devil. Second one, the 3 of Cups and the 3 of Water coming out as celebrations. This is why I want the camera looking down so you can see this little 4 block that I just put out, because it's looking perfectly cohesive. So right when you're about to celebrate an incredible accomplishment, something that's personal, private, it could be big, but it's the biggest part of it is something within you that has been worked on, committed to, and processed to the point of completion, because we saw that card coming next. That's when the devil energy, the parasitic energy, that kind of satanic element of occult worship comes into fuck with things. Because at any point that they can take it away from you, that this is the they will. Okay, so in small ways, our people closest to us get infiltrated sometimes and try to cut us. But then in bigger ways, there are people around us that are completely toxic and need to be cut. Because they're fucking with some stuff that they've been conditioned now to the point of being demonic in your life. And if it's like that, you already know, because you participated in enough of the light to look at all the magic and the fire energy. It's like, that's magic. That's real power. Compared to what they conditioned you to believe is the path to power, the type of power you want. They gloss it all up, they glamorize it, they make it look like something you want, but it's still what it's always been. It's always been tainted up in that space. That kind of energy doesn't share glory. We know that, right? Okay. Second clarifier out, well, like we saw, the Three of Cups, the Three of Water, clarifying the final card in Major Arcana of the world. I mean, what else do you do other than celebrate and enjoy? And again, because this is touching up on these three ladies dancing and stuff, in a lot of ways, we do need to be smart, safe, careful, protective of these spaces, because these kind of energies can easily go sideways. It's like all we were supposed to do was be celebrating today. And instead, it's like we got some, you know, passengers. It's like a hitchhiker type of energy. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. So the main message here to understand for the earth element is the completion, the success that's been accomplished here of something that was genuinely worked on, committed to. There's a lot of different, like if you let yourself take the time to really reflect back on this, because we saw the Six of Cups energy in this reading, we know that like nostalgia and that reflection energy is available to us. You'll see exactly how many people played a part in this completion for you. Let's clarify our central energy with transformation or death card coming out and see what this is all about. Okay, we get, ooh, the Eight of Fire. We already have the Four of Fire out here. And now with the Eight of Wands. So this is quick. There's gonna be a lot of energy and resources and things coming in to support this transformation for you. So again, completion means the work is done. You know, if there's any more work, it's just weathering the storm of the transformation. You see how those two cards like go together real nice, like, yes. And then this one feels like a fucking volcano or a sunrise. If you're you know, cup half full type of person, it looks like a sunrise. Great. You know, kind of looks like a nuclear bomb in the distance, but hey, who's here being picky? No one. Death and rebirth, that's the transformation, okay? And you can expect all the resources, messages, information, support, you name it, you need it. It's on its fucking way. This is our central energy. Don't get in the way of this incoming transformation with our beliefs, because doubt and fear and shame and all of that stuff in there will taint this up a little bit, slow it down, make it janky. With the Devil out here and all that, you can see that that's, yeah. You can see that going sideways a little bit. You can swerve, kind of miss some of the coins. If you're in that Mario lifestyle. Don't want to be missing those special ones though. No, you can't miss what's meant for you, so don't. No fear, no doubt. Wild horses and birds telling you things and all that good stuff that Rihanna's got going on. And then I have to look at Sheila and a gig underneath, because that's what it is. You cannot look away. I just finished watching Guy Ritchie's King Arthur, you know, the new one with Legend of the Sword, it's called, with all of them, you know, if you know. And one of the biggest lessons that King Arthur has to learn in that to possess Excalibur, and that is possession. I don't care what anyone says, that's dark magic. To possess Excalibur, one of the things King Arthur has to learn is not to look away from the biggest thing that ever happened in his childhood, which it brings us perfectly into clarifying the Six of Water. This is perfect. This is perfect energy. Let's do it. Earth, it's so weird for my understanding of Earth energy being so practical and literal, and yet we always get the most spiritual messages that are just way, the dots are stretchy. We're stretching the dots that we're connecting here a little bit, but it is powerful. Bang. Major Arcana number 1, the Master. Okay, so this is the Ace of Major Arcana, also known as the Magician, the Alchemist, okay? Clarifying. So from little, right from little, we've had this sort of mastery. Oh, you're an old soul, they'd say, or, you know, you're a prodigy, a genius. Weird. Some people didn't get any love for that, and they just got shame and fucking oppression and just disgust and repulsion, all the things. Doesn't change a damn thing. You dream the dream because you are the master of dreams. And whatever your thing is. This is me, right, with the water, literally. But for you, it's you. And that's what's key, right, is mastering you now, and your magic. Amethyst coming through really strong. Since we're doing the crystal oracle, the stones are kind of doing the most. And make no mistake about working with stones and things like that. You don't have to go get a polished stone at a retail store sold to you by man. You are on the earth full of these stones. You can ground into anything. Any precious stone, metal, tree, herb, foliage, fauna. You could, all you gotta do, you don't even have to touch the earth. I used to be up on a fucking high-rise grounding. You can ground anywhere. You can't get out the dome, you know what I mean? Like, you're in this realm, so you can tap into the earth energy, the earth realm, any way you like. Ooh, our final clarifier, Major Arcana number 1. How can that be? How can that be? Okay, hold up. We'll get there. We'll get there. Existence. Interesting. Okay. Oh, it's the Fool. The Master is the Fool. Oh, that's even more powerful. Because they're side by side, our clarifiers. Obviously, we're not doing bottom of the deck first. We usually do, but fuck it. Okay. I'm going to show you how she looks, those two together and these two together. So we saw like this, yeah? Our 6 of water clarified by what we thought was the Magician, because, I mean, dude. But it's not, it's the Fool. The Fool, because here, to clarify our clarifier, clarifying to clarify the clarity of the clarifier, we get the Magician coming up as existence. All of existence available. You see the stars, all of the growth, and you're right inside the little flower looking up at all of the perfect timing of that moment and the spinning and the existence of all things. Okay, so laziness is a really interesting perspective from somebody from the outside, but if you have that perspective of yourself, understand the mastery level of what's going on within you right now when you face things and you face them fearlessly. Looking at the dream, the history, the path, all of existence. Here, from the Master standpoint, that's the Fool. I love that that's the Fool energy because it's the perfect way to describe it. In my humble opinion, the Fool is the Master. And the Alchemist or the Magician is the user of the energy. It's just a user. It's just a magician. You are one. I am one. You can create anything you want. You can create it from nothingness. We've seen this already in the messages under New Moon Cancer. From nothingness comes everything. So however, you see that fucking checkerboard pattern back there? You know anything about conspiracies and who that pattern's about? Just let that be the background. They don't even understand the power we work with anyways. So don't let some janky ass energy out here try to explain to you the power you're supposed to be working with and what you're supposed to be doing to be high value and on path and on journey and what you're supposed to be creating and mastering. Don't listen to them. They don't have the slightest fucking clue. You are the master. We are the dreamers of dreams. We are the music makers. Yeah, we're going to leave that one right there. We got to do the bottom of the deck, but no more required. I love this. The bottom of the deck, underneath bottom of the deck, the Fool card, we need to do some exploring here. Who is this? Who is this then? Who is this? That's Osho from the Zen Tarot. You know what I mean? But it's like, you could read that card either way then. The Fool is typically never listed. It's always just nothing or sometimes a 0. Nothing or sometimes a 0. But the Master, the Alchemist, and the Magician is always card number 1. So who'd that be? He's the trump card. He's the card that could beat anybody. Okay, I love that that came up. So our bottom of the deck, we might as well read them together since the Fool just wants to be all up and out here. How do you master stress? Well, first things first, what is going on in this lunacy? What is going on here? Okay, you need to, enough of the showmanship and the nonsense. You know, this is a dance, monkey dance energy. And who's blowing that horn right there? Who's tooting this whole thing away? The monkey. Okay, so the monkey mind, the monkey brain, the reptilian brain, whatever you want to call it. There's a parasitic energy out here making us think you gotta dance, 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 monkey dance. No, sir. This is the energy to embody that Zen life. Find the philosophy or the message of faith that you can really lean into, whether it's science, spirituality, philosophy, a little bit of everything, and you make up your own. I don't care, but you need to drop the shenanigans here because this is obscene. Okay, we need, remember, it's like, girl, if a fortnight, you can take the helmet off at least. Why don't we take the helmet off, let your scalp breathe? She's like, nah. Dance, monkey, dance. Okay, so distorted beliefs when it comes to what is necessary out here. And who's more distorted than some dark feminine? It'll suck you right in, man. That's some foul, foul, foul dark energy there. But when we're fearlessly facing it, we get the crone out of it, the ultimate wisdom, and her counterpart, the master. Okay, so that's who's raising the youth when we, you know, bring knowledge and wisdom to the youth. And if we can't, we just work on our own. You know, that's what we bring to the youth. That self-doubt is a useless thing. Fear is a real emotion and there's purpose to it. But self-doubt, totally useless. Wild horses, baby. Wild, wild horses. I love it so much. Okay, we're leaving that one right there. Thank you so much for joining me today and doing the work on you, because collectively there's, I'm sure, something that you're creating that we all need. No doubt about it right now, the EBINOTTI Collective is a really ambitious, creative, sort of, you know, brilliant mind. So I'm sure everything on this desk that we work with was created by someone who maybe had some self-doubt and was like, oh, I don't know. Is now a good time for babies? Is now a good time? You know, all the things here brought together by us. So fearlessly facing the journey. If you remember, we are on a big, and I didn't even say it, but the Eight of Fire comes up as traveling. So the journey, remember I said moving homes, moving locations, atmospheres, health, body, things are changing, and this is why. Transformations, traveling, and journey. How much more do you need? And which element do you need it in? Because we got a few pop in here, okay? Of course, that's when Satan comes out, but so do the masters. You are not alone in this. Many, 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 many moons these battles have been going on, okay? We're just the ones on the battlefield now. That's it. I love you so much. I will see you on your next reading.